So the DNR finds the dead deer that you find on the side of the road, and they pick it up, and they usually have a couple spots where they dump it. So if you find it, it's usually like 10 deers, and there's just bones everywhere.
No way.
So we found one. There was a bear in it, and a bunch of does, and a bunch of birds.
There was a what in?
A bear.
No shit.
Yeah, it was a tiny bear. He wasn't that big.
Just a baby.
Just a baby. Yeah. But yeah, it's once you find one, it's cool to see. But then after that, it's fucking disgusting. Because
there's got to be a bunch of like coyotes in the area then, right?
Probably you see a lot of coyote shit. But yeah, you won't see them until dark. They're not that dumb.
Gotcha.
Yeah, they're but it if you've never seen one, it's cool to see one. It's very intriguing because it looks like a mass murder, like something like some Nazi shit going on, and you found a grave of just dead carcasses, and there's bones absolutely everywhere.
I would have absolutely freaked out not knowing what it was.
Yeah. And that one was a little more special because I blew out really bad right there.
Yeah.
There was like a big field, and it was just full of bones.
Yeah.
Like it was just
because
bones.
They usually just dump it in a hole. They make a big hole, and they just dump the carcass there, and all you see is just goo and fat and melted animal, and it's disgusting. Like the smell of dead animal, you can smell it, but then the predators will come, and then they'll just grab a piece and then just move. So there's bones and flesh scattered within like 50 yards of the site. It's a crazy thing.
Yeah.
Damn.
That's pretty wild. So if you see anybody picking up a carcass in the middle of the road, they're gonna take that animal.
That's where it's going.
And it's going to some place where they have it.
Follow that man to the boneyard.
Yep.
Pretty much so.
And we were trying to figure out if we could. Does the Game Commission take the antlers, or do they leave them there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they take.
They have to.
Were there antlers there?
No.
So you think that they take them?
Yeah, they probably break their skull or just saw the antlers off and then just dump the rest there.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Pretty sure.
Well, welcome to another episode of the Craving Wild podcast.
No, hey.
Who do we got? Who do we got on the phone?
What's going on, guys? Kevin Rogers here.
And then who do I have on the couch next to me?
What is it you call me? The Hispanic
Venezuelan redneck?
The Venezuelan redneck.
He's back.
Antonio.
He is back.
I am back.
Actually, you're back, but you're not back to the public because the public hasn't heard you yet.
Yes.
Well, we ran like 10 pilot episodes just to get our audio, and our audio still is an issue, but we ran 10 episodes to try and get our audio figured out, and we're definitely a lot better than we were. I'm not gonna lie. I'm talking to a new mic right now, and I'm not really happy about it. I'm not really happy with it.
Really?
How do I sound? I feel like I sound crackly.
No.
You
sound pretty clear. At least in my headphones, you sound pretty clear.
Okay, then maybe it's these shitty professional headphones.
I'll bring mine next time.
See, the first thing when you're buying something, if it says professional on it, it's probably not professional. Right?
Tip of the day, starting early.
We are starting early.
I like that. It's pretty accurate, though.
It is.
It's pretty accurate.
So what are we going to talk about today? We planned on talking about, since we did a little bit of shed hunting, gear.
Yeah.
Just kind of overview of shed hunting, what we got coming up, what we do, what you look for, how do you find sheds. Antonio finds sheds like everywhere.
Yeah, I was going to say I need all those answers.
Okay. First answer is you need to come up here and come and shed hunt with me. This podcast is not going to help you as much.
I'm game for that, man.
Do we want to start with tactics, or do we want to start with, pro tip number 2, ready?
Pro tip.
Don't start shed hunting until the sheds are on the ground.
Oh, that's the most important part.
Yeah. Once they go from antlers to sheds, that's when you start looking.
Yes.
Because we damn near wrecked the 2010 Corolla. And what color would you call that? Cream?
Almond beige, maybe?
Almond beige. Interesting.
Damn.
I like almonds.
Detailed.
I don't know. It's just imagine an old person driving a Corolla That's the color they were picking. That's my color. That's
I had that color Toyota.
then,
It was
then
a
you know.
Camry.
Then you know what I'm talking about.
Great on gas
99.
mileage.
A 99 Camry, man, in that color. I
Yeah.
know the color.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
fantastic.
It's like an off pearl. I don't even know what it is.
So
Yeah,
we drove all over.
I like to call it champagne.
yeah. Hey,
That's what it is.
That's
It is
probably what
champagne.
it is.
It is champagne.
That's probably what it is. Yeah. So yeah, antlers and sheds. There's the difficult part is to find out when are they dropping,
because it does
And-
change every year.
Yes. Sometimes they do it early. Sometimes they do it late. And
Now, quick question. Does the weather have anything to do with that?
yes.
Yeah, it's the stresses, right? So
Okay.
weather, food sources, consistencies, inconsistencies, I think play a part. Human pressure plays a part, I believe. Predation pressure, obviously.
Yeah. And the human pressure.
So,
go ahead.
a good healthy deer will keep its antlers up until like March.
I think
Possibly.
maybe I think that also has to do with testosterone, because as soon as they are done and as soon as they're done mating and stuff like that, they'll drop them immediately just because they
Gotcha.
don't have the testosterone anymore. And I think that plays a big part on it too. But that depends on the weather again. That depends on all that stuff. There's a guy that we follow on Instagram. He found a monster shed like a month ago.
Yeah.
So imagine that. And we saw 3 big deers today, and they all had.
Yeah, we almost barrel rolled the
Yeah.
Corolla down the road because I was screaming, "Oh my God, it's a giant!" We flipped this thing around. Antonio, just
Yeah.
insert favorite race car driver, rips this thing around, and we come back and it's like a 128-inch pointer, 120-inch 8-pointer. It wasn't a giant
Oh,
by any
shit.
means, but we were flying so fast in the Corolla that it looked 190s.
Yeah. 100%. But
Easy.
there was 3, and all 3 had all sets.
Both sides. Yeah.
So they haven't dropped. So, but I found one yesterday. So
I saw that. Did your dog find it or did you?
no, I found it.
All right.
I wish she knows how to find them, but she still haven't found one. So now I'm leaving her home because she's used. No, I'm playing. She comes with me everywhere, so she's good.
I just started bringing my dog out to the woods, walking a little bit more, and it's hard to look for sheds while I'm trying to walk him.
Yeah. Do you walk him with on a leash?
Yeah, he's leashed.
Oh, yeah. Then that's impossible.
Especially where we were today.
Yeah, especially where we were today.
You couldn't see from your knees down. It was like you're walking at the beach at
Yeah.
Jersey Shore.
Oh, damn.
Yeah,
it's
you couldn't see
pretty bad.
shit. It was just so thick.
Yeah.
Then we were pretty much only looking for Have you ever found a hanger?
No, I'm dying
That's
to find
like-
one.
Road sheds and hangers. I
I got-
love road sheds.
I got road sheds, but I got that on the. I'm dying to find a hanger, and I'm dying to find one with binos.
Ooh, I don't think I've ever found one with binos.
Me neither. So
I never found a hanger either
No,
that I'm aware of. Do you have a match set?
I do,
Okay.
but they're small. They're not as big as the ones that you found.
Well, I'm just superior shed hunter. So yeah, after we almost barrel rolled the Corolla and it dropped 35 degrees in an hour,
Yeah, it was crazy today.
we gave how many miles did we do? 4, roughly.
Yeah,
like 4.
around 4. We didn't walk much. We drove more than.
We did a lot of scouting. We found a weird hippie van that we thought was a porno van.
Yeah,
from
Montana plates.
Montana plates. Yeah, and it had a Superman
windshield protector.
Yeah.
like the sun visor.
sunshade. Yeah,
Yeah.
Did you ask if it was for sale? That sounds
it
like
was
a pretty
really
wild
steamy
thing.
in there. It was
Yeah, yeah. There was a lot of.
there was a lot of tint and a lot of steam, so
Yeah.
we were just kind of. And what sucked was there was
Don't come a knocking, pretty much.
no, we weren't. I don't know how Montana rolls. Yeah, that wasn't about to do. And that was the only parking spot
Yeah.
for the spot that we wanted to shed hunt. So we ended up driving around looking for places, got lost, found a really good Italian hoagie place where they put the meat on top.
Like a hot dog.
Yeah, like a hot dog. I call it like tucking the baby in before you eat it. You got to tuck in like the edges of the bologna.
Exactly. That's pretty good.
Listen, if there's any other Italian hoagie connoisseurs out there, they'll completely understand what I'm saying. Oh, by the way, we have a we have a listener from Belgium, so you're pretty cool.
Oh yeah! Shout out to the one
Shout out that guy.
to one Belgium listener. Thank you very much. I've been to Belgium once for 45 minutes, so it's a beautiful place.
Is it?
Yeah.
I am Belgian,
Oh,
like a 0.4%, I think, according to Ancestry.com.
God damn.
I might have more Venezuelan. I'm some Argentinian
brother!
in me. Yeah.
That's funny.
So yeah, how do you want to? We got a little off task.
Yeah, we sure
there.
did.
But I'm sure this is actually gonna. I don't know if this is gonna be 5, 6, 7, 8, whatever. We don't really number them. You're gonna learn really quick that I'm gonna say a large majority of our podcasts are gonna be kind of just BS sessions, unless we have like some that are specific to projects that we're doing or videos that we post, stuff like that, or like big things, big trips that we've cut, like the Delaware
Special
trip.
guests or anything.
Yeah, special guest shit like that. So, which we do actually have some stuff already lined up with some people, not like crazy amount of people, but we do have some stuff lined up. So you want to start with tactics and then lead into equipment, or do you want to do equipment and tactics? I guess it really doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't. I think.
Oh, you know what? You want to just ask Kevin if he has any questions, and we'll just go from there.
Oh, there you go. That's even better. Kevin, ask.
Damn, that's some spotlight shit.
Yeah, go ahead.
Shed hunting, go.
Man, I
No,
don't know.
you're doing
Like,
it
are
wrong.
now-
You're doing it wrong
it's
already.
wrong.
No, I'm playing.
I know I'm doing it wrong. Now, are you shed hunting like only where your cameras are, or are you freestyling? What are you doing?
That's I don't even know.
The answer is yes and yes.
Yes, and yes, all of them. You usually when you're trying to find out if the deer is starting already shedding the antlers, you are going to go to the places you're familiar with, because you know more or less where the deer are moving and what they're doing. If you're not finding any sheds, then you start looking other places and see if there's another place that they're starting to drop the antlers. But you are going to walk a lot, especially where we live. If you look at what I call the fantasy world of Instagram, there is people that find 40 sheds in 3 miles, and that doesn't happen here in Northeast.
How many sheds have you found?
I found one, and I'll tell you right now, because I have a log of all this, Kevin. I have 37.9 miles, and I found one shed.
Come on.
Yeah.
This year?
Yeah.
Damn, bro.
So
Yeah.
I would
gotta
say
catch up.
I think last year my average was right around 30 miles a shed.
Yeah. It's
20 to 30 miles a shed.
Yeah. Some days you get lucky. The most I found, it was 4 in a day. And I was just like, I became the best shed hunter in Northeast PA. But then,
You walk 60 miles without nothing.
yeah, and then you walk like another 40 miles and there's nothing. So yeah, I started going out January 20. That's when I started. So I start very slow. I don't put a lot of pressure. I'm just seeing if there's a lot of like fresh sign. And then I'll just write it down and then be like, okay, I'll come here when I know they're dropping, because I know there's some new sign here. But pretty much you're just looking for, places that you've been, and then if there's nothing there, then you start scouting. And the good thing about scouting is you find sheds of deer that you might possibly want to hunt, which is I consider this a good part of scouting for hunting.
Because you can't really do anything wrong.
No,
You're just walking.
you're just pretty much walking. I think the only thing that you can maybe do wrong, and it's not really wrong, but the thing that you can do that might hurt your chances is you're pushing deer that you shouldn't be pushing,
Especially if you're on private.
especially if you're in private. Correct. So
Yeah, see, you're starting shed hunting while I still have 2 months of hunting left.
yeah, no. Again,
That's crazy.
You two different states. So over here where we are, we're done hunting pretty much.
Middle of January,
There's nothing else. So So you start training, you're a big exercise guy, so you start doing, this is my training. Like this is when I started losing the December weight, the holiday weight. This is when I do all that stuff.
All that snickerdoodle weight.
Yeah, all the snickerdoodle weight. And I just do it until pretty much end of March. And now we're doing end of April, hopefully, for some elk.
All of April.
Yeah, all of April.
All of April,
Nice.
yeah.
And then, and then after that it's just fishing, and I don't do a lot of walking in my fishing.
No.
I get fat again.
So
So
have either of you found a set of sheds of a deer that you then killed the next couple of years or year?
Not a set, but we found an elk shed, a deer shed, and we killed the deer 4 years after.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was. I found it on a mountain that we call 7 Point. The reason we call that mountain 7 Point is because Dan found what is it, left side of the deer? That's either I don't know. It has 7 Point.
it's
It has
left
like
side.
has like an extra brow growing out of the forehead or something like that. And it's a crazy looking shed. And then we went back there looking for the other side, and I couldn't find it. And I found like a good size antler, and we realized 3 years in that mountain that he keeps popping out on our camera, and he is now hanging.
yeah, buddy.
That's awesome. Mount Euro or
No, Euro. Yeah, I don't. People are gonna hate me that I say this, especially on a podcast, but I'm not a big fan of shoulder mounts.
Either am
I like
No,
Euro
we
mounts.
talked- we did talk about this. If we were gonna mount, what prompts a mount? We did have this conversation a couple weeks ago, actually.
Yeah,
Was that on? Is that to the people, or was that a pilot?
That was on our first episode.
Oh,
Live.
okay.
Mm.
Oh, yeah, the introduction to Craving Wild. Yeah, it seems like fucking years ago.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta mark this one explicit. What time we at?
Explicit.
Check that off.
Yeah.
Yeah, Euro mounts. I don't like shoulder mounts. They're a little too expensive, and like the thing about shoulder mount that I don't like personally is that you leave it hanging there, right? And then that's all you do, just look at it. But with a Euro mount, if somebody comes over, you can be like, "Hey, look at this," and then just give them the antlers. And people holding the antlers, and just, I don't know. There's something about holding antlers
Yeah.
to me that is more of a conversation piece than just having a shoulder
Yeah,
mount.
you can really look at it. You can check it out.
Yeah.
You can see all the kickers, the stickers. Like you
Yeah.
can really
I
get
like that answer.
you can get a good grasp on what the mass is.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's something about holding antlers. At least that's one of the reasons I shed hunt. Is
Yeah.
just I love antlers. So I know Dan. If he comes to the house, I'll be like, "Here, grab, this guy."
I tried to steal his antler today.
Yeah, he did.
Because so this is actually a funny story. We were shed hunting the same spot, and I found the right side, and I think you found the left side.
Yeah,
or vice
different
versa.
days.
Different days, and it's got 12-inch G2s, 13-inch G2s. It
Yes.
might even be more than that. It's massive
It's
G2s.
insane.
Um,
The rest of the antler looks normal, but the G2s are
bladed and massive.
yes, it's insane.
So I want to get back to the question that Kevin asked originally. I run cell cams, but I drop a bunch off of my plan, so I just run like one or two just to kind of keep an eye on when the deer are dropping.
Yeah.
Now I mostly do that on private because I don't, like what Antonio said, is I don't want to go in there and blow that out and blow them all onto the neighbor's land. So I'm essentially staying off there until I get until I no longer get any bucks on camera on my trail cam.
Yeah.
But like what we did today, you're on public land. We've never been to any of the spots we were at today, so I'm not really too worried about it. It's public land, and some of them, I mean, most of them are 5, 6, 7,000 acres. Sometimes there's 20,000 acres. Sometimes they're 500 acres. But you got a little bit more room to play, and I think those deer are a little bit more used to people walking around, especially like us today. We never very rarely left the trail.
Yeah.
So if you're getting that itch to get out, just look for a piece of public and
Yeah.
burn the rubber off your boots and leave
walk.
those good ones just let them rest until mid-March and even end of March.
Yeah, if you want to just go to a new place that you might not hunt, so you might get lucky and find one. The shed that I found yesterday, it was a big piece of public land that I used to hunt, but I don't hunt there anymore.
We hate it.
Yeah, we hate it. And I was just like, I'm just gonna go here. I know there's deer. I've shot deer there, and I found antlers there, and I went and I got lucky. And most likely I'll go maybe 1 or 2 more times there. But most likely that's about it. I wouldn't spend my time there.
So you actually got lucky, Kevin, because we used to take any new guys that wanted to hang out with us.
Oh, yeah.
Remember, to the bottom of this mountain and walk up, and nobody came back.
Yeah,
Nobody came back.
Hey man, don't go easy on me. Let's go.
We'll go.
don't worry about it.
Yeah. Antonio, let me know the next time you go there, because I
Yeah.
haven't been there in
Yeah,
a couple of years.
it's not bad because it's the place.
That's
that
where
we hate the place because you got a window smash there.
Yeah.
And it's just a miserable place. But compared to what we walked today, that place is heaven.
Yeah. And we used to get really into this place because we used to mountain bike for what seemed like miles to spots.
Yeah, it's long. It's a big long.
It's a big piece.
Yeah, big piece of property.
Also killed a turkey, me and Antonio and Eddie
And
together
Eddie.
on my birthday.
Yeah,
That was pretty epic.
that was the middle of May, and
It
we
was
got to the
snowing.
middle of it, and it was snowing.
Yeah.
I was like, "What in the world?"
And then all of a sudden a turkey's flying right at us.
Yeah,
That was we'll talk about that story probably when we get to turkey season, but
yeah.
yeah, is there any all right, so like what more questions you got?
You
Kev?
got-
Yeah, I mean, so when you go into a
I love this,
freestyle
by the
hunt-
way. I love the fact that you're asking like legitimate questions and we're answering them. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, so I mean, if you're shed hunting your area, you know where you're going, right? You know where you hopefully know where they're bedding, you hopefully know their travel paths as best you can. But when you go freestyling, what are you looking for?
So that's easy for me. I just grid search.
Yeah. Pretty
You're
much.
just walking.
I'm
You're
just-
not looking for you're not looking for trails, scrapes, anything in between. or
Oh,
you're just-
yeah, no. I'm marking when when I come across that stuff, I'm marking it down on my OnX. But
There
as
you go,
far
now we're
as
talking.
when I get to a particular parking lot, I'm literally just zigzagging the whole property. Like they call it grid searching. So I'm just gonna walk to the edge, walk 20, 30 yards north, we'll just say,
Yeah.
and then just walk east until I hit the other end of the property, and then 10, 20, 50, whatever, depending on what your visuals
Yeah.
are, and just cross every pattern. And I track my stuff so I know how far I am from any particular
Yeah.
piece.
So they say always, not always, but usually try to do a south-facing slope. The reason is because that's where the sun hits the most and the deer are going to hang there the most. But that also depends on how harsh the winter was. I feel like this winter, it's going to be 50-50 because it's not been a winter. So the deer are not struggling to get the sun. It was 58 this morning. So there's no reason why they're not moving more. But that's one big strategy is you go look on your maps and you look for south-facing slopes because most likely you're going to find more activity there. But again, a grid search all around. Just looking for maybe if sometimes either OnX or Google Maps will show you like an edge that deer, how deer usually just walk around edges of like timber and then or
like a fringe almost, like an internal fringe.
yeah, there's an imaginary line that the deer usually walk through a lot, so you just walk through those more.
Go to paths and whatnot.
Yeah, or animal trails. You stay around them because you can see that there's animals walking there. So
Yeah,
you can
hard
do that
terrain,
too.
like hard terrain changes too. Like
Yeah.
we have a lot of like ridges that are cliffed out and stuff. I mean,
Yeah.
they're only 10 foot, 15 foot high sometimes, but
Yeah.
obviously the deer can't walk that.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
they'll have paths through that. You start getting those like ledges. I think they're
Ledges
called
are wonderful.
Military crest ledges or something like that they call them. Where it's literally just on the side of a mountain and it like kicks out.
Yeah,
Who knows, 40 yards at the most.
yeah.
And that's where we found
Yeah,
a lot
a
of
lot.
sheds.
Yeah.
I mean, I found just as many sheds on the north side as I had on the as
Yeah.
I have on the south side.
Ledges are wonderful. I found a bunch of them there too.
Mm-hmm.
Because deer just stand there. Even when you're hunting them in these big mountains, they are hanging there because they can see. Especially when the wind is correct, they hang on that ledge and they see down. Right, they can see everything, but then the wind is hitting them from the other side, so they can smell. So they're protected all around, and they do this. They do the same thing when they're dropping antlers. So
And so in my opinion, they're the difference between the food and the bed is the shortest this time of the year because they're
Yes.
just trying to get there, eat, get back, and chill.
Yeah.
They're not trying to burn up a lot of that food.
that's another place you should look a lot.
Yeah, food. So
Food.
it's basically bedding is going to be your hot spot. Food is going to be a hot spot, and then all those trails in between is really.
Yeah.
You
If
know.
you find the food and you find the bedding, there's a big chance that you find some sheds because that's literally all they're doing right now in winter. After the rut in November, all they do is eat,
Food
eat.
bed, food bed,
Yeah.
food bed, food
Yeah,
bed.
pretty much so. So that's another good way to start shed hunting, just by doing that. And another way, just walk, man. Just walking and walking and walking and walking and walking a little bit more, and then you start to learn the terrain and what's good and what's not good. So, walk is the best strategy. There's nothing just. Whoa! There's
So
an
apparently
alien.
our whatchamacallit just ended. Our meeting.
Ours.
Oh
Yeah.
no! So you didn't
So-
hear anything we were explaining to you? How dare you?
None of it.
That's hilarious. Welcome to the Craven Wild podcast, where we're still trying to figure shit out. That's actually weird because it gave me a 10-minute notice, and I purchased it, so I don't know why it didn't work.
Interesting.
Oh,
So maybe I got to start a new meeting. It's our. I mean, we're still like recording. We were just talking. Just repeat like the last two seconds of what you said.
Oh yeah, just walk and grid patterns,
Yeah, yeah.
and you just what you want to do is just walk, and walk a little bit more, and then
Once you're tired, walk another
and
20
then
miles.
yeah, pretty much. So you just at least here in Northeast is in the Northeast Pennsylvania and then Jersey. That's pretty much what you got to do. You just got to walk. Me and Dan in past years, we've you do either sunrise to sunset days. You can do 10-mile days. And then and thanks to shed hunting, we killed that big buck.
Yeah.
And we found those great sheds, and it's always fun.
I'm excited to have my first shed season. I'm
Yeah.
excited. I didn't even know this existed
Yeah, it's
until I saw that elk shed. Honestly.
and Dan's house.
No, he brought it to work.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Yeah, he brought it like that week. He was like, "Check it out," and I was like, "Whoa!" And then that was like game on,
Which one? Do you remember which one I brought in?
He said
The
the
first
elk
one
shed.
you
Oh,
found.
the elk shed I brought. I don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah.
The elk shed. Yeah,
He doesn't
Nah,
remember.
You walked in all the time with sheds from like behind the building and stuff.
Oh, that's
But when-
hilarious.
Yeah. Yeah,
when you
I
came
would
in-
everywhere. I shed out everywhere.
Yeah, it's awesome, man. As soon as you get into it, and it's getting very popular now, and they have restrictions all over the states. Like there's some places out west where they have shed seasons that you can hunt before, which is like May 1st in most of them, because winters there are so harsh, and then they don't want to put pressure on the deer. So it gets very competitive, especially out west. But here, it will be fun to have you around. So you can come one of those long days that we're planning on doing, especially the elk ones. The elk ones are hard days.
I'm gonna try and make an elk trip. That's very difficult for me, but I'm gonna try.
Yeah,
And,
I understand.
I am strictly training uphill treadmill for you guys.
I recommend. You're going to a gym, or is that your house?
Well, I'm walking the woods with a weighted vest on, and I do the gym with an incline.
All right. Do you have step masters? That's what you only got to do.
Yeah, no, I do them too. Actually, once a
Okay,
week.
there you go. Do that one with a weighted vest.
Yeah.
That's pretty much it.
That's exactly what it is, to be honest.
It's the word. It's Satan's machine.
When I was
That's what
getting
call
ready
her.
for Colorado, that's all I did was a weighted Stairmaster.
Stairmaster is
Yeah.
it's a machine invented by the devil, I think.
Yeah. It works, though.
Oh, it sure does.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, yeah. That's when you see my Instagram reels. That's literally what I'm doing, Kevin. I'm just hiking and seeing where I got some spots that I marked that are gonna be good once the season starts happening for real, and then we'll tell you to come over so you can come and hang out with us.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Did the thing hang up again? Oh, I think it did.
It might have.
Oh no.
All right, here we go.
There we go.
Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Yep.
At least we're learning to fix this stuff on the fly, and we don't even have to pause nothing or
Yeah.
do some fake editing.
Yeah.
We just let her run.
Let her rip.
And your audio actually, I don't want to say it sounds better when you're on the phone, but I think it might.
Yeah. Hey,
Me?
next time it goes off, I'm just gonna make a sponsor commercial, but
There you go.
from a fake sponsor that we don't have.
So we were we were talking about coming up with like getting sponsors that, because everybody does like within the hunting or within archery sponsors, and
Oh,
we were
yeah.
talking about getting like hilarious ones like Hellman's mayonnaise, like just random shit like that.
Nothing involved with hunting.
No, Napa, just get everything.
Dots Pretzel.
Dots pretzels.
Don't
yes.
forget Dots Pretzel. That should be our first sponsor.
And Slim Jim.
Dear Dots, if you are hearing this podcast, we love you very much, and you have saved our lives a couple of times,
A couple times.
especially with your honey mustard pretzels.
And the fact that you came out with chicharrones.
Oh, chicharrones from Dots must be
Oh
amazing.
my god. And the adult Cheetos,
Oh,
bro.
those are wonderful.
Those are
What
what-
the hell's
Those
an
are
adult
wonderful. Oh, Kevin, you need to come hang out with us.
it's like a Cheeto, but it's just like the adult, like the grown up version.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
that, like Cheetos is like when you're 17 and you get high and you just eat a bag of
Yeah.
Cheetos. Dots cheese crunches.
Cheese,
What
yeah.
are they called?
I don't know. That's a good question.
But they're, I don't know. They just like it tastes like you're having an adult snack.
Yeah.
Like you just don't feel like a child that you're doing something like you should be getting in trouble for eating a Cheeto.
All right then.
Cheese girls.
Cheese curls. That's it.
Oh,
I'll get a bag and I'll bring it in for you. They're fantastic.
yeah, they're wonderful. They're just
Don't bring me any more chips. I can't even walk past the rooster.
Well, there's our sponsor
Yeah.
plug. Future.
future.
You know,
Yeah.
we'll just talk it into existence.
Yeah.
That's it. Keep talking about them. They'll call.
Yeah. Do you have any more questions? As far as like tactics?
Tactics.
I don't think so. I mean,
I got two that I want to cover, but
okay.
I want to answer your questions first because they're more authentic, I feel like.
Yeah, not really. I mean, it's just keep walking around looking for signs. Get in there.
Yeah.
Track your walking.
Yeah, and look, slow walk.
Yeah.
Don't speed because then you miss a lot of things, and then just keep looking left and right. Behind you sometimes works. But yeah.
So I seen an Instagram, I take it at face value, the statistics on Instagram. But I forget who it was from, but it was from a pretty legitimate source. And they said that they had I don't know, I can't remember the size of the pen, but it was a pretty decent
The
sized
400 deers with the 35%?
Yes.
Yes. I heard,
Isn't that nuts?
It is nuts. Tell that to Kevin. So he.
pen. So basically, what was it, 400 deer
I think so.
in a pen. I don't think they're all bucks, but it was just 400 deer in a pen, and they dropped all the antlers for 3 years or something like that, or 4 years.
Something like that.
And the most they ever found was like 38% or 40% of the antlers. And they knew they were there and they were caged in.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Whoa.
So
what? They had like 100 acres, say. And
I can't.
Just X amount of acres, and they had deer there, and it was all
X amount of
fenced.
deer,
Yeah.
And then, okay.
It was all
I
fenced in.
gotcha.
They couldn't come in or out. And they only found 35 to 88% or something like that of the sheds.
That's real.
Yeah,
That's
sad.
getting me going.
Yeah.
What's the right word for that?
Yeah, so it's hard.
Once you find one, you're hooked forever.
Yeah, I think so too. The good thing about finding sheds, to me at least, what I like the most is you are touching something that no human has ever touched,
Yeah.
and that's
Antonio,
yeah.
do you bring your kid shed hunting? How old's your kid?
5. No,
Young.
I
Okay,
don't
Too young.
because she's too young. The thing is, she has the energy of a man that drank 25 Red Bulls, but only when she likes to do stuff that she likes.
Yeah.
If I take her
No, I
shed
hear
hunting
you.
to walk, she's like, "Oh, Dad, I can't walk anymore." I'm like, we're next to the car, Savannah."
Yeah,
We
I
haven't
hear you,
walked.
man.
So-
I hear you. I
so-
have the same problem.
So yeah, I take her once in a while, but just for her, like just so she can be outside in nature. But no, I don't take her shit hunting, especially
You
when
wanna
I'm
know
like
the trick?
trying to do 7 miles.
You want to know the trick?
Yeah.
All right. So here's what I tell Emerson. We're going to look for a unicorn.
Oh snap! Don't say that.
They will walk for miles.
That's good. I'm looking for unicorn horns. If you find
Yeah,
them,
we're
you
looking
get all
for
the
a unicorn
candy,
horn.
You get all the candy.
all the candy in the
Yep.
world.
They'll look for days.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I'm gonna tell her that next time. She was actually rock climbing today, and my wife told me that she was going up the wall nonstop. But literally this morning, she told me that she needed to be picked up from the kitchen to the car because she was too tired to go down the stairs.
Yep.
I'm writing that down.
Sounds
Look
about right,
for
man.
a unicorn.
That's hilarious. Yeah, yeah. But that's that's it. What's the other point that you wanted to talk about? Tactics, Dan. You said you had 2 points.
Yeah, I forgot one of them
Oh,
already.
nice.
Not that important, I guess.
One, it's just kind of two little. I don't even know if you want. It's not really a tactic, but the best time to look for sheds is when it's like cloudy and just rained a little
Oh
bit
yeah,
because they stick out like a sore thumb.
yeah.
Mm.
They shine a little bit more.
And then if it is sunny, just try and keep the sun to your back.
Yeah.
That's really the only thing I really wanted to say to
Yeah.
add to that.
Yeah. Today would have been good if it was like 2 weeks from now
Yeah,
because it was miserable today.
yeah. Today was
It-
bad.
Dude,
Yeah.
it dropped from 54 to what? 39, 32? I don't even know.
In the
It-
time it took me to eat an Italian hoagie,
Yeah, it was like within like 45
8
minutes.
inch, not even a 12 inch. This is a
Yeah. It was like 45 minutes it dropped like 20 degrees. And we're sweating already.
from the first.
I was
go-
going to
yeah.
say, you're also sweating in that.
And we weren't
That's
wearing
a rough day.
and we weren't wearing any 30-degree clothing. We're
No.
wearing 58-degree clothing.
This I guess gets into gear.
Gear.
Gear, like rule
Good
number.
segue.
It's funny in the beginning of the year when you first start doing something. So, like I said, like Antonio said, he's been going for damn near 40 miles already, and this is my first like actual trip out. And I've been doing this for years, but it still takes you like a couple of trips
Yeah.
to like get all your gear and shit right back in line.
Yeah.
I forgot my gaiters. My shins were pruned. That's how wet I was from the knee down.
Yeah, it was bad for you.
It was bad.
If it
So-
was like
Yeah.
if it was like a normal woods, it would have been normal. But
Yeah.
we went through for some reason we decided to
We
go
were
to
thinking about like having a TV show when me and Antonio get together because we just do the dumbest stuff ever, and we wonder why we don't ever see anything, get
Yeah.
anything, kill anything.
Yeah, pretty much. It's fun
Those
though.
deer, look at that land. I'm not walking through there.
Exactly. Oh, I think I might have found a bear den today though.
Oh
in
yeah.
that.
Yeah. That was fun.
That was pretty epic.
No bears though.
No. So yeah, gators, like leg gators, not neck gators, but
Yeah.
leg gators.
Those are
In my
wonderful.
opinion, they're a must for
Yeah.
this time of the year.
At least for here in PA.
Yeah.
There's a lot of briars. There's a lot of brush. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of wetness that it's just miserable without that.
Yeah, it keeps the moisture from coming up your boot and hitting your socks and going down into your boot because that's
Yeah.
usually how you actually get wet. A lot of people think their boots are leaking,
Yeah,
but it's
from
not.
the
Your
top.
boot, your pants are wet, and then it touches your socks, and then your socks get wet, and then it just moves its way down your foot.
Yeah,
So it helps.
it's like a sponge.
Correct. Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. And so it
Speaking of
prevents it.
pants, what kind of fancy pants were you two wearing today? The same pants?
Come on.
Jealous?
Yeah, I think we need to get a pair for
yeah,
him.
you know I am.
Yeah. I got to work like 8 hours overtime to get them, but we'll
yeah,
get them.
pretty much. So.
They got them at Walmart or what?
Yeah. I mean, you can buy a gray pair of pants and buy a black Sharpie, and you can make them look like that.
Make it, yeah. Or maybe just get black fabric and sew them on top, so you get like that, that 3D effect.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
So we came across this company called Fall Raven. I think it's called Jaw Raven, but I'm not from their land, so I say Fall Raven.
Is it Swedish?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah, blue and yellow.
Yeah.
That's Sweden, right? Yeah. I came across this company watching a video of one guy, and it's a guy that I want to get on this podcast really bad, Caleb Stillians. He's a beast. He was wearing Fall Ravens, and somehow, like, it just came up. Once you, like, Google search one thing, like, it just shows up everywhere.
Yeah.
And they had these pants called Keb, Fall Raven Keb trousers. And I got a pair, and it's the only pair of pants that I will wear. And I'm a big pant guy, right? Like, I have legitimately probably 20 pairs of different kinds of pants from every company that anybody can think of, right? I have them all, except for Sitka, because I'm a man. So I almost said something worse, but I helped myself. We're already explicit, but I didn't want to go like double like.
We just got canceled, everybody, by every hunter.
I don't want to lose. I don't want to lose the Dots sponsorship from Dots. Yeah. So they're great pants. Like, these Fall Raven pants are great pants. I love them. They stretch in all the right places. They have like a double, I don't even know, Kevlar bulletproof shin.
Bulletproof.
I don't know. They're not waterproof, but you can get wax, and you can wax them, which turns them waterproof, which I got to do to this pair because I haven't done that yet.
They feel like they are
like spandexy, but they're not.
yeah. It's like a mixture of like upland pants, because they have that
Like
protection.
the chaps, like chaps.
Yeah, like they have that protection where it's supposed to be, but they don't feel like upland pants. They feel, I don't know, they feel like a hiking pant, which is they are.
Yeah.
And they're stretchy, but they're durable where they're supposed to be durable.
Get a pair of 4-way stretch pants and just sew on chaps and sew on basically another layer of chap material over your ass so you can like sit down on rocks and shit and not tear them apart. And that's exactly what they are.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
And they have hooks on the pant leg so you can hook your shoelace.
Yeah.
So your pants don't ride up if you do have on like gaiters or something, like looser gaiters, or or if you forget your gaiters like me today.
Yeah.
Kind of helps keep your shoelaces from getting untied.
Yeah.
What else
Zips, the zips on the
Oh
side.
yeah, it's got hip zips and calf zips.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
So I mean, and the list goes on and on with these things.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
They're the pant. I'm not like. There's no need for me to buy any other pant other than this pant. They come in multiple colors. They come in camo.
Yeah,
That's it.
They're wonderful.
As soon as we get our shit together, we'll put links below and stuff.
But
Yeah. I don't know about free advertisement yet, but First thing Antonio ever told me when I started taking photos.
You just advertised the shit out of those pants.
yeah,
Very true. Very true. First time I started taking photos, Antonio's like, "You never give a photo for free, right?"
Yeah.
Isn't that what you said?
No,
No.
never.
Never take photos for free.
No.
So, Fall Raven, you'll be getting an invoice.
Yeah,
But yeah, no, they're great pants.
Yeah, but the must have for sheds are the gaiters. I think are one of my favorites.
I would say like boots are probably the most important.
yeah, or any trail shoes if it's a little bit harder.
Yeah.
I was going to ask about that. Do you guys wear trail running sneakers or all hiking boots, or what do you guys like to wear on your feet?
Well, I wear hiking. I don't like trail running shoes. I'm a big guy, and I am afraid that I'm gonna snap my ankle. And here in PA, at least, it's so rocky. It's almost there's holes that you don't see that you step on, and I'm afraid of getting a sprained ankle. So I usually just wear hiking boots just for that matter. So yeah, hiking boots for me.
Same for you, Dan?
Yeah, for the most part, I just started wearing these. They're kind of like trail runners. They're a little bit, I would just say, less material, less fabric.
Lighter?
Yeah, a little bit lighter. They're not. So they're still Gore-Tex. They still have like a 2 flex. There's a whole flex rating for boots. The higher the number, the stiffer the flex, and that helps you in different areas. We can get into that if we want to a little bit, but the lower numbers are just more flexibility. They're more like trail runners.
Yeah.
But they also wear out a little faster. That your feet might get wet a little. They don't protect you as much. they're not usually above your ankle,
Yeah.
so you don't have like that ankle protection like Antonio was talking. But they're lighter on your feet, so you don't get that pain in the hips and all that. But you get used to that though, so that's why like another reason why Antonio's out now walking around. Like by the time we get into shed hunting where it's just balls to the walls,
Yeah.
your body's pretty well used to having those quote unquote heavy boots. I mean, we're running
Yeah.
Crispy, so they're not heavy to begin with, but your body will get used to that a little bit better and quicker.
Yeah.
But I don't know. This is my first year with trail runners, so I don't know. And I got a pair of Zamberlin.
Yeah. Those will be.
Yeah, they're not a trail runner, but they're a low cut hiking shoe. I
Yeah.
would call them.
Yeah. It's pretty good.
I
They're
don't know the
lightweight.
model, but
I think those are gonna come out good like at mid to end of March when it's a little bit hotter. Oh,
Uh-huh.
it's gonna be wonderful. I'm gonna hate it. Well, I usually hate it because I rather
what do you have? What do you wear? Like, what do you wear today?
the Crispies, the
What-
Nevadas.
Nevadas.
Yeah.
Oh, they're not. There's no insulation in them, right?
No.
And that's there are three. Those are 3 flex.
3 flex. Yeah, correct. So they're just regular hunting boots. And
All leather.
all leather,
Rubber
yeah.
ran.
Yeah, the whole thing. Yeah, they're comfortable. I love them, but I wish I was wearing something else, especially when doing like 10-mile hikes.
You know what's really good? A boot that I love for this is the Laponias. The Crispy Laponias.
Oh yes,
It's a super, super, super light. I don't even think it's leather. It's like a new buck
know.
comes in my head, but I don't think that's right. It's a very, very thin leather. It still has a rubber rand. It's just not as beefy as what you have, Antonio.
Yeah.
And it's a lower flex. I think it's like a 2 or a 2.5 flex.
Yeah.
But those boots are. I mean, I bought an extra pair. They're so nice.
Yeah,
I heard they were discontinuing, and I just bought another pair.
Yeah. So yeah.
I hate when they do that, man. You find something that you like and then they're gone. Oh,
Oh yeah. If
If
Fall Raven ever does that with these pants, first of all, I'm gonna fly there. Second of
and
all,
bitch
I'm
at
gonna
them.
spend $3,000 on pants
Yes.
that day.
Yes, pretty much. Every color.
Every color, 3
Two
of
of the
them.
same.
2, nah,
I'm
3.
gonna have to get me a pair of these pants, huh?
There.
Yeah.
You don't
You don't need them.
you don't need them, but if you have a deep appreciation for pants,
Yeah. And a deep appreciation for ripping pants and
Yes.
hating your life because you rip your pants. Yeah, you
Yeah.
buy these things. I had this. So I used to buy cheap hiking boots. They're like Merrells and stuff like that. They were like $100, and they used to last me maybe 8 months to a year before they were completely destroyed. So every year I would spend $100 on brand new pair of boots because if there's years that that I do go hard on scouting and hunting and stuff like that. So every year I used to spend $100 on them. I'm like, I'm sick and tired of this, so I'm gonna spend a little money on better boots, and so I did. And boots cost like $300, and now they last me 5 years. And I'm like, this is so much better than spending $120 every year on brand new boots.
I'm in that first phase.
Yeah. It also depends what you do. Like here, like the Eastern hunter doesn't need that much stuff to hunt, but the way I like to hunt, the way that I enjoy hunting, it's more there's a lot more involved in it. So I do that. So pants, I can, same thing with pants. Pants and boots are two things that I spend a little more money just because of that. Just because it's worth it, at least.
that's
for
where
me.
I would put your money. If you're just getting started into shed hunting, I would put your money in boots and pants.
Yeah. Boots more than anything.
Number
The-
one, A1
the best
pants,
thing-
boots.
Boots
the
are
best thing that I like to do, I mean, because of work, I always just do carryover. Like I buy new pants for work. The old ones are broken in, nice and comfortable. Same thing with the boots,
yeah.
and just get to going.
Yeah.
That's a very, very, very smart budget
Just buy
way to do it.
just buy pants that are green or gray or
Yeah.
brown, and you can wear them hunting.
Yeah. No, 100%.
Kind of what I've been doing this year.
Yeah, 100%. I usually have like a set pair of pants that I usually just use for hunting, just so I don't leave too much scent there and I don't have to clean them all the time. They're just designated for that. But other than that, for turkey hunting, you'll see me with with those Fall Ravens, most likely.
Oh, really?
Yeah, most likely.
Just green ones or the black ones?
No, just the black ones. As soon as you lay down on the floor, there's no way
It'll
they'll
be- yeah, by the time it
know
greens
they'll
up.
see you.
What about since we're starting at boots, we might as well just work our way up the body for sure.
Yeah.
What about like socks and stuff like that? Is there anything special?
Socks, not really. If you're gonna walk a lot, just don't wear cotton socks because you're
Yeah.
gonna have stinky boot and sweaty feet.
Merino wool, or
Merino
alpaca is
wool
the way
or
to go.
something that wicks the
Moisture.
moisture out. And then in winter, then you double sock wick something like a merino wool, something synthetic that will keep the moisture out of your feet, and then you wear a pair of a thick cold weather. Especially if you're sitting in a tree stand.
Those alpaca ones were pretty nice.
Yeah, I gotta try those.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've been raving about them. You really like them, huh?
Yeah, they're good. They're good. I
Okay.
I don't know the durability of them because I've only had them a short period of time. But I did get at the sports show. I got a pair of. I was telling Antonio this too, and Kevin, you were with me when I got them. Midweight, like heavy. I shouldn't say midweight, mid cushion, socks, crew. So I'm gonna beat the hell out of them and see how they react. But it's weird because like alpaca socks, even more than merino wool socks, when you take them off, they like smell like farm. Not like a bad farm, but like when you're in a farm, like you know what I mean. Like when you go to a farm and like they have animals here, that's what it smells like.
Wonderful,
But it's much better than feet smell.
that's wonderful.
Like 12-mile foot smell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not like that good cheese smell. It's like a
Yeah.
farm.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like goat cheese.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. I see. So
Yeah, socks. Not that. That's just. It depends on what your feet like. Pretty much. So
Very
they don't.
personalized,
Yeah,
yeah.
very personalized. I think. Pants again. For me, has to be durable. The other thing for me is they have to have some sort of stretch.
I was just gonna say that.
I have thick thunder thighs, and I can't wear regular pants, regular jeans. Everything has to have a stretch, or it's not happening. So I gotta find something that's usually somewhat, at least in the groin area and the hips, very stretchy for me to even be able to walk or do anything. Pretty much so.
Yeah. Yeah, the Stone Glacier de Havilland pants, those are really good too. Very light, and those zip from like the hip to the calf.
Oh, snap.
It's not like two sections like these Fall Ravens are.
Yeah.
Those are very, very good, and they have a Velcro fly that you can overlay. So as you're hiking and doing backcountry
Yeah.
stuff, and you start losing 10, 15 pounds, and that way you don't have to wear a belt with a pack.
Yeah.
Right, so you can go beltless and still have the
Oh,
adjustability of
sweet.
the pant. Yeah,
That's
and
awesome.
and since you have your pack on, because if you got a do you wear a pack when you're shed hunting?
Yes, I do.
Well, like how big?
It depends.
What you're bringing and how long you're
Yeah,
gonna be there.
yeah.
Makes
It
sense.
depends. It depends on what we're doing. I usually, if I'm wearing that my Kifaru bag, I have suspenders
Oh, okay.
because suspenders the belt doesn't bother me when I'm putting the belt the waist
That's a good
belt.
idea. I
in.
never even thought about suspenders.
Yeah, they're wonderful.
Yeah,
Me like.
yeah.
Yeah, and I'm about to hopefully for this season. First Light has the corrugated pants.
Yeah.
And they're just like those. They have zippers on the sides, and then you can put knee pads on them now.
Yep.
Yeah, so
That's
I'm
another thing you can do with these Fall Ravens.
Yeah, so I might buy them, and that would be my new hunting pants.
In camo or solid?
No, I'm going solid.
Yeah. It's weird how everything's going solid now.
Yeah. I just want to use them for something else other than just
Yeah,
in case.
like what Kevin said, like multitask.
Yeah. Because sometimes I gotta go to work. Like I went to work in Bozeman last week, and I was asking you if I can bear a pair of pants.
Yeah.
Because I could have just used my hunting pants, but then I didn't want to look like.
That you don't want to
Yeah.
give off that vibe.
Yeah, I didn't want to be the only guy in the shoot wearing complete camo from top to bottom, because it's what I wear when it's super wintry. So yeah, I might just do that.
So 2 overlooked items right off the rip here, since we're going from the waist down, is dude wipes
Dude wipes.
and powder. If you have chafage, powder when you're doing 12 to 15 miles,
Yes.
powder is almost a must. And dude wipes is fantastic because when nature calls, it's nice to be able to have a clean butthole.
Right to the point there. I like it.
Listen, there's nothing more uncomfortable than walking with swamp ass.
Yes.
And the powder and the dude wipes will take care of that.
Correct. Now, with that being said, if the temperatures are going to be dropping below 30 degrees, we'll just say 20s.
Yes.
Dude wipes are no longer good. We learned that the hard way.
It's a
Yes.
frozen solid block of wipes.
So,
So if you need an ice pack,
always bring. Yeah, pretty much is what
It
it was.
is literally what it is, yes.
Yeah, bring four ply.
Yeah.
Or even if you can get just some 2-ply from work.
Yeah.
Roll some up and just have a backup just in case.
Yeah, don't bring anything wet wipe.
Yeah.
Related. What is that called?
that's hilarious.
And even I'm just gonna say this, even when it's like 32, maybe even 30 and they still hasn't frozen yet,
Oh, yeah.
if you're trying to wipe with cold wipes, it is not very fun.
Not a pleasurable experience.
No. You scream.
Yeah.
Come on, man. You got kids. You know how to heat them up in your hand.
But let me tell you something, bro. When you're hanging from a ledge or from a tree so you don't get poop in your pants,
40-mile-hour winds.
40-mile-hour winds, the last thing you're thinking is like, let me warm up this.
Try to get in and get out.
I'm just trying to just do the business and get out of there. That's hysterical.
All right.
That New York trip was just
That was the whole
horrendous.
Yeah, it was terrible.
Anyways.
I can't wait to talk about that.
Yeah.
So I guess moving upwards,
Underwear?
shirt.
Do you
no.
wear any underwear? Like
No, never.
anything that
Never wear. No.
just commando.
So I'm still in the testing phase for that. I don't really have a plus or minus. I do like synthetic, like just a traditional Under Armour, but
Yeah.
they got to be 9-inch. Otherwise,
Oh, yeah.
they end up in your crotch, and then you have really bad chafage.
Yes, 100%.
I did get a pair of merino wool undershorts, and they seem to be doing well. They're a little warm for me.
I used to have a pair, and the shaving opened a hole, so I can't wear merino underpants.
It's just too much friction.
Yeah, too much friction. I open holes.
Always synthetic.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think synthetic, honestly. Like, yeah, the smell is going to get there before it does with the merino.
Yeah.
But I mean, if you're just doing 1-day trips, then it's not that bad. But if you're going to do a 3, 4, 5 day
Yeah, merino will be
trip, yeah, merino's
Just
gonna
don't
be
wear merino every day, especially people like me.
Yeah.
I open holes like crazy in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, the rest, shirts, whatever you feel comfortable, man. The top part of your body is
I'm still. I don't think you'll ever figure that out.
if it's cold, then wear cold clothes. But remember, if you're gonna hike for 10 miles, then you're gonna start sweating. So something
As soon as you get like that
synthetic-
weird, like warm, toasty
Yeah.
feeling, start taking shit off.
Yeah,
'Cause-
especially if you have a backpack on. 'Cause
Yes.
your back is just
Immediate.
it's just a complete sweat bath back there.
Yeah,
So-
man. I come back with the weighted vest walk, and I am just drenched.
Yeah. So you wear
That vest backpack.
don't wear cotton shirts,
No.
especially if it's cold or it's gonna be like deadly today.
Yeah. Yeah. I have a system that's been working very well, and it's a blended t-shirt, and I cut the sleeves off, so it's just like a cut off t-shirt.
Yeah.
Because I hate getting too many layers like around my shoulders, because I don't know, I just don't like that feeling. So it's a blended merino wool synthetic cutoff, and then over that I just have a fleece, like a grid fleece hoodie, and then I'll just wear like a another fleece hoodie, or no, I'm sorry, not a hoodie, a vest.
Yeah.
Or so that works pretty good for a multitude of temperatures. Or I'll do the synthetic merino cutoff base, and then I'll run I have a merino, very very lightweight merino hoodie,
Yeah.
and I'll run that, and then I plan on running that Stone Glacier Cirque. I am so excited about this piece
Yeah.
of. I've been looking for this for years. It's a vest that has a hood on it, but it's a puffy too.
Yeah.
So it's like
good.
It's like the three kings, you know.
Yeah.
Um,
It looks good.
it's so nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's based off how cold it is, how much
Yeah.
you're moving, where you're at, what you're doing,
Yeah.
and pack wise. Once again, how much you're like. I run the Avail Stone Glacier Avail 2200, all pretty much primarily because I can cinch that down. It's very small, you don't really notice it. it's got my gun on it. It's got, I can bring water, food for a couple of days. I can bring camp. I can bring whatever, or I can just run it shallow and zip everything closed. And then if I find sheds, put sheds on the back of it. But
but we don't find that many sheds in a day, so we're not.
It's mostly for food.
Yeah, we're not worried. Like the people out west, like they find like 4 or 5 elk sheds, and you need a backpack to carry all that stuff out.
Damn.
Dude, that's hundreds of pounds when you start stacking them together.
Yeah, it's so another key piece of gear that you need apart from water, hydration, anything hydrating wise. Me and Dan run with Liquid IB.
Yeah.
And if you have energy drinks, bring that. That's the only thing that will keep you.
Also, be very careful because you will need dude wipes if you start pumping energy drinks into your body on a high basis.
Pretty much.
Oh, there's another one. Drink Celsius. Warm me up again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And vinyls are also pretty handy. We use vinyls a lot, especially if you're like on a cliff and there's ledges underneath and you don't want to go to the ledge and then come back up. You can just sit down and relax for a little bit and then just scan that ledge pretty good. And then you can have an idea if there's going to be any sheds there or not. But yeah, it helps you not to get tired too much by going up and down a mountain for no reason. So that's that'll be.
So do you wear the bino harness too? Does that make you sweat in the front more?
No, the bino harness doesn't make me sweat. I do carry my gun and my binos in the same bino harness.
Okay.
Yeah, you have a different.
Yeah, mine
harness.
Mine is it's not really a bino harness. It's a chest harness, and it's wide enough that it fits my gun and my bino together.
I have a harness like that too.
Yeah, so that's the one that I carry. It's by FHF. And they're based out of Bozeman, and they're I have their bino harness, but it's so small, and I'm like, I don't want to carry this just so I can carry my binos. I want to carry other stuff. So now that I have that, I have my car keys, my wallet. I got a snack. I got a place to put a small camera that I bring with me, and then guns and stuff like that. So. But yeah, that's always a must when it comes with me, the bino harness, yeah, or the chest harness for that matter.
Yeah, same here. Well, I got a new.
Oh, hold on.
Big feet and cords don't go well.
Okay, hold on. What's going on here?
We're trying to do a lot with a little. Is what's going on here. So at the sports show that we were recently just at. After we recorded, I went back to shoot in the finals. Won, by the way, just saying. But afterwards, I was talking to Trev and and Steve Mardick, which we're going to be doing a podcast with here shortly. What is that, like a little drop there?
Yeah.
What do they call that?
Name drop?
No. That we're coming. We're going to be on another podcast.
Announcement.
I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. So we were walking around. I was like, I'm not buying anything else, and they literally took me directly to a bino harness. Yeah, dude, and I bought a bino harness.
Yeah.
I might have bought that. I really need a good bino harness.
Well, it's not a harness per se.
It's basically some like cordage.
Yeah,
some stretch cordage. But the way it's got like double the cord. And you can like, I call putting it in paracord mode where you can like put this thing like, so it's like I don't even know how to explain it. Like it's just against your chest, like very stiff.
Yeah. Doesn't look very uncomfortable.
No, I barely feel it there. That's the biggest thing with like chest harnesses. Like they're big, they're bulky. Sometimes like I can't see my feet. Depends how bad my December was, right? As far as like food, you know what I mean?
That's not the harness, bud.
Yeah.
No, I think it's part of it.
It's part of it
because the belly is pushing the harness away from you.
Yeah. So like my rule is I have to be able to see my knees to my boots. If I can't see my knees to my boots, I ain't doing it. Because like Antonio said, there's just rocks and you're gonna kill yourself.
Yes.
So having this was nice, but I don't like the fact that it's open. Like your binos are just out.
Yeah.
And you spend a significant amount of money on binos, and
Yeah.
and you don't want to just have them getting beat to shit all the time. And then you go to look through them, and there's sticks and
Yeah.
dirt and stuff in there. So I got to figure something out there. Maybe I'll just buy like a cat piece and just
Yeah.
have that on there. But we'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah, it's thick here in Pennsylvania, in this part of the Northeast in Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So sometimes that doesn't work, especially when we go hunting with rifles. The same thing. Like if you don't have something in the scope that's
Yeah.
you'll scratch them. There's sticks when you're trying to, especially if it's snowing. You have snow plopping everywhere. You can't see anything. So yeah, that's a good. It looked pretty comfortable. So I got a little jealous that I didn't see him because I probably would have bought one pair too.
They're like $25 on Amazon.
Yeah.
Oh,
really?
Yeah, I didn't know his stuff was on Amazon. I didn't know that.
Oh.
I'm pretty sure it is. I saw it. Make sure it's from him.
Oh, do you remember his name?
If you say his name, I'll remember it.
Okay, but I don't remember. Okay.
Oh yeah, that doesn't help you at all because you need to know his name to
yes.
look for it. Yeah,
Yes.
I got you. Dave. Is it a Dave? Maybe.
Is it a Dave?
Rick. Just do Rick Vinyl Harness. The sad part is I do have a card laying around here somewhere.
Oh, we'll look it up later.
So, yeah, China Vinyl Harness. That's pretty much it.
Oh, yeah. You got the name right.
Did I?
Yeah.
What's his name?
Rick Young.
Rick Young. That's it. He's one animal away from the Super Slim.
Which animal?
Polar bear.
Damn, that's crazy.
That
That's
is
a lot.
crazy, right?
Yeah, that Super Slam thing blows my mind. We're gonna have a whole week on that.
Yeah, we're not even close.
We can go over that. Yeah.
No, just talking about it, not even being close. Like just
Yeah.
talking about it. That whole thing is crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Food wise, what do you bring for food?
That's
This is going to be 100% personal, right? Because
yeah, I think so. Right now, because I'm on a diet, I bring diet food that sort of give me some energy. But if we're doing like
don't do diet, like just normal. Like if we were going to go out for elk, what would you bring?
normal, it will be like if we're just doing shit hunting, I'll be just energy bars, more stuff that gives me, a little more oomph. Because I get fatigued sometimes too much, or there's like 3 days that you've been hiking for like 7 miles, and then you don't find anything, and then your motivation is on the floor. So any pick me up. So I bring a lot of fruits, apples and bananas. I love that. What's the name of that?
Honey stingers.
Honey stingers.
The waffles?
Honey stingers are a must. More than boots, I think.
Those things are fantastic. By the way.
So
Dan just
good.
put me onto them. They're so good.
Honey stingers with
Justin nut butter on top.
but what's the one that we
The chocolate one.
Yes, it's a hazelnut and
Chocolate
almond.
hazelnut. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
basically like a man's Nutella.
Yeah, pretty
right?
much so.
Yeah.
And then you either sandwich two of them together with the nut butter on the middle, or just put the
Yeah.
nut butter on top of the
You
waffle.
do
and
realize if you do the sandwich, it's like 1,000 calories, right?
Well, you need it.
Yeah, no, you do, and it's great because you can eat it in like 4 bites, and it's 1,000 calories.
Yeah,
It's the opposite of what society tells you to do when you are shed hunting or exerting massive
Yes.
amount of energy. You're trying to get as much calories with as little chewing as possible.
yes, pretty much so. Is it 1,000 calories?
I'll bet you it's close. I think it's how much of the honey
I think
stingers
it was probably. I thought it was gonna be like more like 600, because like 200 per.
per thing.
Yeah,
I thought the Justins were like 390, but I could be
maybe.
mistaken.
I don't know. It's a lot. 600
It
is a lot.
It is for that little bit of
Yeah.
because one green belly is 690, 700.
Yeah,
And that's a
mind
large
you,
bar.
I love green bellies, but Jesus, are they dry?
Oh, dude, you gotta have water.
You have
So that's another thing. Hydration, having backup like hydration stuff is like,
Yeah.
especially if you're gonna go out pretty far, you gotta have that. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you're putting yourself in a situation because you don't want to be dehydrated. Because then you start making bad decisions, getting headaches. Your
Yeah.
body starts cramping up. You definitely don't want that. So having some sort of water filtration.
Yes, because you don't want to carry also 6 gallons of water.
No.
because that's like 27 pounds of water.
Yeah, we learned that in New York.
Yeah, we sure did.
My Zoom's about to crap out again.
This guy.
Yeah.
This guy.
I don't know what's going on. I'm pretty sure now that I have a subscription over here.
And this episode is sponsored by Dos Chicharrones. If you're sat in the trail, if
Not
you
yet. Not yet.
How much time do we have left?
Under a minute.
Under a minute. All right. So when you cut out, just call me, and then it'll be seamless to the people, even though they just heard me have this conversation. But they won't know the difference, and then we're almost done anyway.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you're feeling sad and lonely, just buy Dos Chicharrones.
Main food for me, sometimes I'll bring a freeze dried food. What I've really been doing is like just getting the cheap ass noodles. Ramen? Yeah,
ramen. Yeah.
Just get ramen, and then you can get the packs of tuna, the packs of chicken,
Oh yeah.
and just cook your tuna, dump them in there. Bottle of hot sauce. Always have the bottle of hot sauce.
Always have the bottle.
Right. So the first time, not the first time, but one of the times we went out elk shed hunting, we were walking, and I had all my food with me, and I whipped out a bottle of hot sauce, and I thought Antonio was going to die.
Yes.
Laughing.
Yes. It was awesome.
You don't go anywhere without your hot sauce.
Nah,
huh?
dude. Oh my god, I love hot sauce. But anyway, yeah.
Well,
So ramen is the
Have you
best way to do
tried
it.
Have you tried Dustin's yet? Poirier?
No, I haven't.
I heard it's really good.
I'm sure it is. I mean, especially down there. He's in like the hot sauce capital of the world.
No, but I heard it's not like hot. I heard it's like a lot of flavor.
That's
Oh,
awesome.
okay. Yeah, I would definitely like to try it. That stuff that you hooked me up on.
Yeah. La Viuda. The
Yeah.
widower.
The widower.
Yeah. It sounds like it's about to kill you, but it's not very spicy, but
It's
it
not.
tastes so goddamn
So
good. Yes. Yeah. So yeah, ramen is good. That you did that in the New York trip. You put ramen and then you
Oh, like the
boil the tuna with the ramen because
Yeah.
we were so hungry, and you're like, I don't care, I'm putting all this together, and then you put something else in it,
I forget.
and you ate it.
Spam.
Spam.
I
There
cut up
you go.
spam packages. Yeah. You can get individual spam. Spam is one of the best things for hunting because it's high calorie, high fat,
Yeah, it's very good.
and it's salty, and like you crave salt when you're out there.
Yeah, it was very good. Well, I didn't taste it, but you said it was pretty good. But I would bring.
Oh, the instant mashed potatoes; those are another good one.
Oh, that's if you want something in your belly that feels like a brick. Yeah,
Yeah, that's a good
Instant.
thing to sleep at. Like
Yeah.
you want to go to sleep after that.
Yeah. Because it's like 3 servings, and you're
Yeah.
sitting there just eating it by yourself. Like,
Yeah.
I don't care.
Even like instant mac and cheese, like any of those things, like those like like the what are those Ronies, like the pasta Ronies or whatever.
yeah.
Any of
Yeah.
those bags of like dried noodles and whatever, you can legitimately just boil some water, throw it in there, and
Yeah.
make it work.
Yeah.
And it's a hell of a lot cheaper than buying freeze dried meals
Yeah. Yeah.
because they're getting ridiculous. They're like $15
They
a
are.
piece now,
Yeah. Yeah.
They are expensive.
Yeah.
and you can go to Walmart and spend. I think I spent $100 and I filled a whole tote 2 years ago, and it's still halfway full.
It's so true. he takes like half of your closet space.
I know. I got like the little baby applesauces. I got like I'm big on sugar.
Yeah.
So like the little applesauces, the
Me
like
too.
Welch's
Yeah.
fruit snacks, like any kind of fruit snacks.
Yeah.
Um,
I learned M&M peanuts M&Ms.
Yes.
That's are my new
Oh,
thing
that's good.
because they don't melt, and they're high on sugar and fat and
Yeah.
calories.
Believe it or not, the most universal food you can have is Fritos because they're super high in calories, they're super light, and they're flammable.
Interesting. There you go.
So you can use them as a fire starter.
We can.
Fire starter as well, huh?
Yeah. Pretty much.
You got to think about this stuff.
Yeah. Yeah. If you're going for a long day, if Kevin, if you come with us this year to shed some elk that we have to camp, then you'll see what we'll bring, and then you experience the brick that we call mashed potato in your camping cup.
So they have
man.
there's like I don't know what it's called, but the hikers on the through trail do it.
Yeah, through hikers.
Yeah, it's mashed potatoes with ramen, all mixed together, and I think they do spam or like chicken. So like a protein, and you mix all three of them together.
I got heartburn just listening. to this.
apparently it's amazing.
I bet it's amazing. Can you imagine how heavy that is?
Oh yeah,
It's like That's like I
just
went,
thought about it. And I
Yeah.
was like, that's a terrible
Yeah.
idea. Unless you split
Yeah, I
it.
don't know
If you
about all
split
that.
one, that would be fun.
oh, unless you like hiking, those through hikers hike 20 miles a day, so they might need it.
Yeah, that's true.
So listen, I once went on a camping trip, and we were just, it's just regular camping trip, like a backpacking camping trip, and this guy that we went with, he had diabetes, an older guy. In the morning he woke up and he was we were ready to leave, and he's like, well, let me cook my breakfast real quick. And I was like, okay, just we'll eat breakfast before we go. He took out 2 dehydrated biscuits and gravy package,
Those are my favorite, by the way.
and he ate both of them within like 15 minutes. He ate
How?
2, and I was looking at him, and I was looking at my other buddy. I'm like, I think might have to carry this guy out of here, because he's not gonna be able to move.
He's not going to poop
Yeah, I don't
for
know
9
how I
days.
would walk after that.
That's
Man.
like 1,000 carbs, just biscuit and gravies. That's all he ate for the morning. And then we were like, okay, let's start going down. It was a 6-mile hike back to the car.
Oh,
I mean 0.2 miles. He's like, I shouldn't have eaten that. My stomach.
no shit,
And I'm like, yeah. Why would you do that? He's like, I thought it was a good idea. I was feeling my stomach before we did a 6-mile hike. I'm like,
so
yeah.
you've never done this before?
So yeah, every time, and even in the New York trip, every time I see something like that, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah. That's
I
a
can't even
that's a
move.
dinner meal. That's a dinner meal.
Yeah,
When
that
you
is
get
a-
back, you cook.
Yeah,
dinner.
exactly. That's a pre-nap meal, a
Yeah.
dinner meal.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
not,
pre-nap meal.
that's
That's,
not-
yeah.
That's not like, hey, let's wake up and just pound out like 4 pounds of food and head out and sit in a tree all day.
Of carbs and gravy. That's all it was.
Oh my god.
Straight up.
That sounds horrible.
Yeah, straight up carbs and gravy. Oh, that's wonderful. Yeah, food. It depends what you're gonna do. A day trip, you just need a
what
little
you like,
sugar, and then
Yeah, shit. Day trip,
yeah. Day
Yeah.
trips are
little as possible, pretty much.
yeah. This is good though.
My go-to is the Justin Nut Butters and the honey thing. The honey
Yeah.
thing. I have hundreds of those.
Yes. Yeah.
Other than that, man, maybe like a bar or two.
Yeah.
Like stop at Wawa, get a water and a bar, and then just fill.
Yeah.
it. What do you?
I like trail mix mostly.
Yeah,
okay,
those are good
That's
too.
a good idea. Yeah.
A lot of fat.
Yep. That's what Eddie eats a lot is trail mix.
Yeah.
I put trail mix and then I'll throw like candy in it sometimes.
Oh, okay. Like chocolate or like candy.
No, like gummy bears or some shit.
Oh, that's what I. Yeah.
Mm.
Dude, the Albanese gummy bears are the best. That's another sponsor I want. They're so soft and so delicious.
We're back here. This episode is sponsored by Albies Gummy Bears.
Dude, I'm telling you, man, we're coming with the food. I want Energizer batteries
Oh snap!
and Albanese gummy bears, Dots,
Chicharrones.
their whole lineup because Dots stuff is amazing.
It's so good.
And
Have you had Dots?
Pineapple Monsters,
Kevin?
No.
No. Oh shit.
I don't know that there's. I've never seen it in Jersey. It's got to be in Jersey.
Maybe.
It's got to be because it's in like the WalMarts around here.
Yeah. It's in the Ace Hardware right next to the house.
exactly. All they have is literally Dots and Traeger pellets. That's
Yeah.
what that place has. And maybe a Craftsman thing and like one.
One PVC pipe,
Yeah.
like 1 inch PVC pipe.
And
They
maybe a
don't have,
steel chainsaw.
The flex tape?
Oh, they definitely have that. Yeah,
They definitely got
yeah.
flex
And
tape.
40 pounds of like the shittiest birdseed you'll ever see for $18.99. Like, come on, get out of here. So enough shit, and we're not gonna get an Ace.
I was just gonna hit it with
Tractor
that.
Supply
There
all
goes our
day.
Ace Hardware.
Yeah, Tractor Supply all day.
Tractor Supply all day.
We don't have tractors, but you know what? We like their supply.
Yes. Oh
Um,
man.
Yeah. So do you have any questions, Kevin? Like, I think we covered pretty much.
I think we covered a lot, man, for sure. And that's an awesome. That's a good hour and a half, easy. That's awesome.
Yeah, I don't know how long we've been going for, but it's been for a while.
Yeah, it was pretty
Yeah,
good.
like 2 Zoom calls and 3 phone calls later, man.
Yeah.
We're still here.
It was seamless.
Hashtag professionals.
Yes. You know, when I was doing carpentry, it wasn't the first thing they told me is it's not how good you are as a carpenter, it's how good you can cover up your mistakes.
Oh,
There you go.
I like that.
And we just had like 9 mistakes in a matter of an hour and a half.
Yeah, yeah. You
Hey,
guys
we're
didn't
learning.
even know this, but Dan stood up and went to the bathroom and back.
Yeah. It happened.
Wow.
Yeah. It's with the new microphones that we have. We can be sneaky now.
Yeah, these new boom mics are fantastic.
Yes. they're
Nice.
We're laying in the living room just lounged out, feet up, talking. I like it.
Nice. That's good.
All right, let's you know what? You don't have any more questions? Antonio, you got anything else?
No, I got nothing.
Yeah, I don't have anything else. Kevin, last go around.
Nah, I'm good, man.
Okay, cool. Well, looking forward to getting out there. If you guys get some time, get out and
Please do.
walk your asses off.
Please do.
Test stuff out. Now's the best time to test
Oh,
test
yeah.
stuff out.
For
So,
hunting.
yeah, test stuff out.
100%.
Figure out what you want to run and get ready for the season.
Kevin, you need to come up here soon so we can go
Yeah, I'm going
hunting.
to come out on a shed trip with you guys. I have a lot of ground to cover here, too, as well.
Yeah, he does. He does have a lot of. Maybe we can meet him up there one day.
We can. It's flat land. We can walk 12 miles easily.
It ain't flat.
Oh, it's pretty flat. I seen the Google Maps.
I'm telling you, man. I was walking the other day. It ain't flat.
7 point.
We yeah. You should come up here. No, that's okay. I'm just teasing, buddy.
I know.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks guys for listening to this episode on the Craven Wild podcast, and we'll catch you on the next one.
Thank you.